Okay, so I finished with my ink and cut that, and then I added my clay, starting that block sequence. Now, you'll notice that I alternate which side I start my bobbins on. So if I were to finish the ink and then start the clay and introduce the bobbins both on or all on the same side, I would get a buildup of bulk in these particular areas where it changes over. So that's why I switch sides. So whenever I start a ink block, I start on the right side with ink, and when I start a clay block, I start on the left side. So I've already done a few passes here. Now, the thing to be aware of is that when you switch sides like that, you also have to then change the direction in which your cross goes. So on the ink passes, we were coming underneath the weft threads. On the clay now, we're going to come over. So instead of crossing under, which we did before, we're going to just lay that warp thread over the previous weft thread. We're going to lay this weft thread over the previous weft thread. Now my next pass is a pattern shed. The mallow goes through. And then a tabby shed. Now, if I didn't, or if I forgot which sequence I was in, or I couldn't remember if it went over or under, and I took a chance and decided to come under on this one, I think based on what happened last time, you'll guess what happens this time. My pattern thread pulls right out. So, I'm not saying there are hard and fast rules to this, but what I am saying with this particular pattern, since I started with my ink on the right, the weft threads wanted to cross under each other in order to lock. When I started with my clay patterns on the left, the weft threads wanted to cross over each other to interlock.